Have you ever wondered what's really going on when you're just browsing online, behind a simple product page? Well, today we're going to peek behind the curtain. We're going to dissect a single page to uncover all the marketing, psychology, and, competition that goes into a sale. Let's dive in.
I mean, think about it. We're talking about silverware. It's about as basic as a product gets. But selling it online, that is a whole different ballgame. So what does it actually take to get you, me, any of us to click that Add to Cart button? To figure this out, we're going to do a deep dive on one single Amazon listing, a 20-piece silverware set from a brand called Stapava. We are literally going to take it apart piece by piece from the very top to the very bottom and see how it all works.
Okay, so let's start exactly where you would, right at the top of the page. You can think of this as the digital storefront window. Every single thing you see here is designed to make an impact before you've even scrolled an inch.
And boom, right away, you're hit with this rapid-fire series of trust signals. You've got the title, sure, that's the hook. But then you see that Amazon's Choice badge, that's a big stamp of approval. Right next to it, social proof. Over 1,000 people bought this recently. And to top it all off, a little bit of urgency with a limited time deal. It's a really powerful 1, 2, 3, 4 punch.
Now, let's look closer at that title. It's not just Stapava silverware set, is it? No, it's this massive 29-word sentence. It's basically a giant net stuffed with every possible keyword someone might search for. Food grade, mirror polished, dishwasher safe. They're all in there trying to catch you no matter what you typed into the search bar. Classic stuff.
Okay, so they've grabbed your attention. Now the real work begins. This is where the seller stops just listing features and starts telling you a story. They're trying to turn this simple product into something you aspire to own.
And the story starts with pure emotion. See, they're not just selling you metal utensils here. They're selling you cherished memories. They're selling you romantic candlelight dinners. Suddenly, this silverware set becomes a key part of your perfect imaginary life.
But hey, look how versatile this story is. It's not just for those quiet romantic nights. Oh no, this very same silverware can elevate your big social gatherings, everything from a casual barbecue to a fancy wedding. It's the perfect accessory for every single version of your best life.
Now this is a fascinating little detail tucked right into the description. It's a direct appeal to psychology. The seller is actually suggesting that the very act of using their product will literally improve the taste of your food. I mean, that is a bold and very clever claim.
And it all kind of culminates in this final idea. This isn't about function anymore, it's about your identity. It's about you enjoying every moment in style. In this silverware set, well, it's being presented as the key to unlocking that feeling. All right, so after all that poetry comes the prose. Once the seller has sold you on the dream, the entire page just shifts gears. Now it's time to give you the cold, hard data you need to justify the purchase with the logical part of your brain.
And here we are in the land of pure facts. The brand name, the material, the exact dimensions and weight. There is zero emotion here. This is just straightforward, quantifiable information.
When you put the two side by side, the contrast is pretty stark and kind of funny. On one side, you have this grand promise of creating cherished memories, and on the other, the simple reality of a 2-pound box of metal. Both are true, of course, but they're talking to two completely different parts of your brain.
But sometimes that dry data section has a few surprises of its own. It really does pay to read the fine print, because every once in a while you spot something that doesn't quite make sense.
And there it is. According to the product info, this silverware set will be available for the very first time next year. Now, it's almost certainly a typo, but it's a fantastic little reminder that these pages are put together by humans, or maybe sometimes a flawed AI, and mistakes can definitely hide in plain sight.
Okay, time for the final act in our little dissection. Because a product page is never, ever just about one product. It's actually an arena where that product is constantly being sized up against its biggest rivals.
You see, Amazon doesn't want you shopping in a vacuum. It actively shows you what other people are looking at. This section right here is basically a direct window into the competition, and it forces this product to prove its worth right then and there.
So let's look at one of its direct competitors right on the page, Flatware. They both offer a 20-piece set, but look closely at the badges. Our product, Stapava, has Amazon's Choice, which is a really strong endorsement. But Flatware, it has the super coveted #1 bestseller badge. The battle for your money is happening right here on this one screen. So,
After taking this thing apart from top to bottom, what do we really learn? What is the actual anatomy of a modern online sale?
It really boils down to a four-part strategy. First, you've got the hook, to get your attention. Second, the story, to create an emotional connection. Third, the data, to satisfy your rational mind. And finally, the arena, where the product has to prove it's the best choice.
And that's really the main takeaway here. What looks like just a simple web page is actually this incredibly sophisticated engine, finely tuned to guide you from just being a casual browser to a confident buyer. And it does it by mixing emotion, logic, and social dynamics all together.
Which leaves us with one final question to think about the next time you're shopping online. When you finally click that buy button, what are you actually buying? Is it the thing itself, or is it the carefully crafted story that comes along with it?